this is probably my normal talking volume. How does that work? Okie dokie, that seems fine to me. Okay. Okay, I think this is going. Let me just do one last check. Okay. Okay, so this time I will be going through what I did, like sound design and like instrumentally and structurally and metaphor. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Basically, yeah. Here's that thing that I think I promised a while ago. Okay, this is a very big song, by the way. I chose this one because it's very interesting and has a lot of interesting sound design stuff. So I guess it'll take a while. So, here's how it starts. There's three things going on here. We've got a reverse crash playing at a very low and slow note. So it sounds like this. It sounds like wind building up. You could also just use a wind sound effect and automate it to get louder, but this is what Past Me did, I suppose. It doesn't have any effects on it, it's just... Isn't that used in Undertale? Never mind. And then there is this, which is... I don't know, it's from Jumpbox Sound Font, Overtime Showdown with... again, no effect. It's just this sine wave, I guess. Just playing C3 and C2 to create this very bassy sound to start the song off with. And then we have sleigh bells, which are just a sample from Splice. I couldn't find any proper sleigh bells, so I just grabbed a sample and pitched it. And also it's got a few effects on it. This is what it sounds like originally. A little bit shit. So I low passed it, just because there were some high frequencies that were a bit irritating. And then this is a reverb, just simple reverb. So that's how the song starts. I'm gonna... okay. And then we've got this section. There's a bit more going on here, of course. We open with this bell. This is the Toho Sound Font Tubular Bells, with an equalizer which makes it sound like this. This is just a cut around here because I wanted it to sound a little darker. I'm not sure why I didn't just do this. Would that sound fine? Nope. I don't know why I came to the conclusion that this was correct, but it was, so round of applause for Past Me. And then we've got this building up through most of the section. Same thing as before. Nothing interesting there. We've got these drums, which are just a preset in Beatmaker, Splice Beatmaker. I don't actually have access to it anymore. My subscription ran out. Thankfully, it still lets me put it in here. But yeah, I can't tell you anything about this. It's just a preset. It's a lo-fi preset. I didn't even make the drum pattern. This is also a preset pattern. Then we've also got this. This is Ample Bass P Lite 2 free. Oh right, that's free bass plugin. Very nice. No effects needed. It just sounds good out of the box. It's great. I love it. I use it for basically everything except like EDM. There's the piano, all the way in your right ear. This is Pokemon Emerald sound font actual, and it's called the Bright Piano, which is funny because I've used it for a very dark tone here. I don't know why I didn't find a dark piano, but you know. I don't know why I did that, and now I've just fucked it up. What am I doing? I think that's there. That's weird. Why is it on 2 octaves whenever I press it? How does that work? You see that? I don't know what's caused that. Okay, so we've got 3 effects on this. It originally sounds like this. Oh wait. But then we add reverb, quite a lot of it actually, then a feedback delay line, which is just a delay plugin also. There we go. Okay, it was an octave up. Oops. That just makes it obviously echo a few times to the beat, and then this, I'm not sure what this is doing. I think this might have been like a preset effect chain from something else, so I don't know what this is. I don't think it's doing anything, to be honest. Then we've got this square, which is in the left ear, and basically the same thing, except we've got this equalizer, which is just thinning out the sound a bit so it fits in with everything else better. Right. It's a bit too full without that. And this is just a square wave. Very simple. And now here's what these two sound together, because they were made to go together to make a very wide sound, since they're very similar in each ear. Panning them both to the sides makes it sound wide, you know. Okay, that's everything right there. Then next introducing, we have a couple things. I'll start with the impact hit because it's simple. It's just the impact hit from the Undertale sound font right here, played on 3 different octaves. The higher 2 octaves give it the snap, and the lower octave gives it that sustain on the end. And it really creates a very large sound, very nice. Oh, there's actually some effects on it. I didn't think there were. I thought that was just how it sounded. Let's see what those are doing. Okay, the Spectrum Analyzer is just an analyzing plugin. I'm not sure why I had this on it, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. Oh, hi Briar. I just saw that message, don't know when you sent it. Might have just missed it. But here we have... This is a compressor. I'm not sure if it's actually doing any compressing, or if it's just the output gain making it sound better by making it louder. It definitely could be that, so take that with a grain of salt. Then we have these. As you might be able to tell, they are both the same thing, just the one in the left is an octave down, to give it that width. They are both just square waves, simple as shit. I don't know why I just swore. Damn, there goes my no swearing record. I've also just noticed this sample. What is this sample? I don't know, it's a kick. I guess. I guess it just needed a bit more of a... Yeah, doesn't add much, it's kind of nice. And then, this is called Motif Backup because that's what I called the preset when I found this. It's called SMS Cool PSG. It's from the Sega Audio sound font, and it's incredibly nice. I love this synth. And it just sounds like this. Again, this is just playing on 2 different octaves. Actually they're an octave apart. I wonder what it would sound like if I... Yeah, I see why I didn't do that. Okay. By the way, I will try to remember to get to the like instrumentation, like the songwriting at the end, but right now I'm just going over like the sound of the instruments, the sound design, right? So that's that section. You really can barely hear these two, huh? Now, for this next section, we get a different bell from before. Wait, no, it's the same bell, just a few octaves up, so it sounds different. Just doing the same thing as before, really, just higher. Then we have sleigh bells, just playing the same notes. We have this choir from Labs. I don't remember why, but it's not recommended that you use Labs products anymore. They got into a big controversy. It was bad. I just don't remember what it was, so I can't say anything about that. But yeah, I don't use that stuff anymore. This is nice. This is playing a power chord. Oh wait, no, actually it's playing a regular chord, but with the middle note moved up an octave. I'm doing some of the composition explaining here for some reason. I'm not meant to be. Then this thing which I named a Death Toll synth. It's a soul wave. I don't know. Oh, with a bunch of obnoxious highs cut out with this. Yeah, it was in the Game Boy Advance sound font. Pretty nice. Yeah, there's also this Super Saw 3, which is never actually activated. Yeah, that I used that in Reflection. But yeah, I think that's that. That's the dark section covered, I think. And then it starts building up with double kick speed and this crash, which doesn't really work when you're skimming through. It's a bit buggy on this program. But this builds up and then it releases to this. Other than the drums, I think this might be the exact same as... Yeah, okay. Just so it's got some aspects of the second section and some aspects of the first section combined, but where it really differs is the drums going from this to this. Again, it's just a beatmaker preset. I don't have much to say about it. And then these ones from before are now playing octaves. Oh yeah, I missed this instrument actually. This is the GB drum box. It's just playing little goofy sounds, honestly. It's shocking that they fit into the song so well given how silly they sound. Now we go back into this second section again, but with more drummage, really. Here we cut out even more just to really punctuate the build-up coming. so here what I did was we've got this, which is just playing like a bassy sound and a kick every occasion. Then there's the bass playing an octaved up version of those. We've got the impact here, doing pretty much the same thing as before, except the top and the bottom notes cut out early, because, I don't know, I guess I didn't like how they sounded longer. Let's see what that's like compared to, yeah, they were a bit sustained before, wasn't really great. We've got the sleigh bells still going, but lower octave from the sound of it. That's neat. And we have this instrument here now. I think this is just a sine wave, despite the name. Yeah, the name was because that was the original preset and I changed it to sound more like this. Then we've got down here, this is just a snare, so out of place, but you can't even hear it. Just adds a tiny bit more texture, and then we've got this. I'll actually explain how I made this one, like sound design wise. So from the looks of it, it's a short attack, like just a very short envelope right here, and whatever the fuck this shape is. And we've got a little EQ here, which opens up as the sound goes, and all that again is this. Then we start building up again with this and this as well. Two truly fancy. Now we go into what I'd like to call the bridge. We've got this playing again, but with a different chord progression, kinda. Got the bass doing its thing, and then we get this low. I got this, I think this is another Splice sample. It says, yeah, it's a chiptune drum loop from Splice. And then near the end here we get this, the slow wind up again, just playing octaves with one in between missed. And then we get these, which I believe are hitting the same notes as these. Not quite, actually, not quite. I'm not entirely sure how I came to the conclusion that they should play those. Also, it looks like these have one little extra note on the end. Yeah, that's neat. Also, what I should have done with the square, because there is something that's bugging me here. What I should have done when I was making this, if you listen, there's an annoying, like, airy frequency. Compare that. Can you hear that? It's like ringy at the top. It's just mildly annoying. It's the kind of thing you can use EQ to get rid of if you notice it. Oh yeah, this is just this from before, did I mention that? And again, it sounds very, very wide because it's both ears, one's an octave up. Now we go back pretty much, I guess this is just kind of a mix of a lot of things we've heard before in the song, not much to say I don't think. Looks like it's all the same stuff. Until here, where we get this upbeat drums back, and we also get this. This is called a ragtime chord progression, I think. I call it that anyway, I hope I'm right. And it's basically just the root note of the chord and then the full chord an octave up. very energetic. It's great for like electro swing and stuff like that, but I decided it would fit here, and it did. Oh, also, it looks like there are some tempo changes in the song that I haven't seen. It's 150 until this bridge, where it cuts down to 140, and it's still 140 here for a couple seconds, and then 150. And one more thing, actually, I haven't noticed, is just these two, just more sweeps to add to the rising tension and stuff. Okay, I think next I'll go over vocals. So, first of all, where did I get these voices? So, Pico, unloaded sound font, it says. I think I downloaded this one off the internet. This is the regular Pico. One second. Okay, sorry about that. So this is just, yeah, regular Pico sound font. Not like pitched. It's not pitched to anything specific. It's kind of like rapping, you know how real rappers don't really hit notes. They just do the rhythm and do the words, you know? So that's how that works. But that's not all Pico has. Pico also has, he's got the go Pico, yeah, go Pico O voice. This is sampled from whatever song he does that in the original, I don't remember. But yeah, I just sampled that and played it there as MIDI notes to make it sure it was on beat. Then we've got another Pico sound font right here. Again, sampled from Blammed, I think this one comes from, specifically. And this is just kind of him screaming. Oh, these actually have some effects on them. I'll go over those in a sec. I didn't think they did. And then the last Pico sound font is the Whisper from Philly, I think. Maybe others too. I don't remember, but yeah, there are actually yeah, that was more of it originally, but I ended up muting that and just switching out for a Go Pico. Then later in the song we have this Whisper again. Yeah, nothing too interesting there. Just one part I want to point out. I don't even know if this is like obvious if you're just listening to it, but this is yeah, he just goes Pico, yeah, in the middle of his screaming sound font. It's kind of funny. I thought it was anyway. Okay, now as far as effects go, I reckon these are mostly just reverb. So here's he's got this reverb with a fairly low wet level, so it's mostly just the original sound coming through, but there's a little bit of reverb as well. And then equalizer, which I liked how this frequency sounded, so I boosted it, I suppose. Then Pico's Go Pico is just reverb again, a little more wet this time. The exact same equalizer, maybe a little lower actually. I think it was close to here before. And then multi-tap echo, which just makes it repeat over a couple beats. So that sounds like that. And as for Froslass, this is just Froslass's Pokemon cry. I'm not sure if it's like a specific part cut out, but I definitely remember getting it from that. And it's just pitched. It's got this equalizer on it. It doesn't seem to be doing anything, so I suppose that was a mistake, and it's also got a ton of reverb. So I think that's kind of the vocals sorted out. I think that's everything about them. And is there anything else about this song I should mention before I go? I think that's everything. I think that's how I made this song. I suppose I can share some insights real quick, just fun facts about it. I spent like half an hour looking for Pico sound fonts and just made my own, except for the original one. I got pretty frustrated. I think I ended up, rather than sampling myself like a good boy, I found I don't know how to say the name. I feel like I'm just gonna embarrass myself. You know that one Jigglypuff song from Hypno's Lullaby V2? Yeah, I found a MIDI recreation of that and took the Fruity Slicer file and converted it into an SF2 for each individual voice. So technically I didn't sample it myself, I got a little bit of help in the process. Also, I made this song in like 2 days because I realized it was nearly Christmas and I wanted to get a Christmas video out, and this was already on the to-do list, so I figured I'd just make it. So that teaser I released for it all that time ago, I slapped that together in like a day. Also, this song is just simply based off of that Jigglypuff song. Like, I think it's kind of obvious. There are dark sections and light sections, and the main character is Pico, and the opponent is a really like creepy sounding Pokemon. Yeah. And I guess I'll finish off by talking about the lore of the song, which I don't think anybody understood, so oops. Basically, in this universe, Pico and BF are dating, and BF found a Piplup, and he was like, "Oh, he's blue just like me," so he gave him a little hat, and he brought him to Pico, and he was like, "Look, Pico, it's our baby," and Pico was like, "Hey, want a gun?" And then, by some process, which I can't remember, Piplup got kidnapped by Froslass, frozen in the cave, with the gun in hand. If you look at the sprite, you can see it. And then Pico went to save him, and BF I think also went to save him, but ended up in the forest with Drifloon and Gengar instead. Not really sure how he got so lost, but I guess my very unformed headcanon of the events is that Pico said, "I'll go save Piplup," and BF was like, "No, I will go too," and then they both started walking off in opposite directions, because BF's an idiot. Yeah. I suppose the question is, how does the song end? I have no idea. I have no idea if Pico gets his son back. He probably died trying, I don't know. Cool. I'm done now. I should do more of these. That was kind of fun to do a bit of reminiscing. If you're watching this in the future, because there are not many people in this stream, so statistically you probably are, I hope it helped. Well, I'm not sure why I specified future, because I suppose if you were watching it in present time, it would have helped you equally. But yeah, I'll add timestamps. I'll add chapters so it's a little easier to get around. Have a good